Adam Silver's going to do a great job, and the law enforcement community, they're going to do a great job of cleaning it up, and it should be cleaned up. I remember growing up, the game was pure, and it needs to remain pure. I like to call it this thing of ours, and this thing of ours, we're making great money now. Charles Barkley always talks about how the most he made was $2 million. Now you got guys making 30, 40, 50, 60,
Wow.
$70 million.
Wow.
So we definitely need to protect this thing of ours, and I can't wait till they clean it all up.
Fresh chaos is ripping through the sports world as the NBA player-coach scandal explodes into something way bigger than anyone expected. This storm isn't just about basketball anymore. It's now pulling in stars from the NBA, NFL, and even boxing. Reports are going crazy online, and fans are losing their minds guessing who's next. But right now, all eyes are locked on Chauncey Billups. The evidence piling up against him just keeps getting heavier. Insiders say Billups isn't going down without a fight. He's bringing in a legal wrecking ball to save his career. Leading the charge, Mark Mukasey, a courtroom shark known for defending big names in high-stakes white-collar cases. Just hearing that name has the entire league whispering, how deep is Billups really in this mess? According to Yahoo Sports, Mukasey's resume is wild. He's represented elite figures like Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher, who got acquitted in a massive 2019 case that made national headlines. But here's the kicker. Mukasey's not just fighting for Billups. He's juggling another scandal tied to the NBA's shadow side. Turns out he's also defending Joe Sandberg, co-founder of Aspiration, the same company rumored to have slipped Kawhi Leonard's secret payments under the table. Word on the street is they used a fake shell company to sneak extra money into Kawhi's deal without setting off alarms. What a shady setup, man. But back to Billups, how'd he even get pulled into this madness? ESPN reports prosecutors are zeroing in on Robert L. Stroud, a 67-year-old from Louisville with a seriously dark past.
The gambling ring built around professional basketball, where players and associates allegedly used inside information to manipulate prop bets on major sports betting platforms. They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public.
Records say this dude once killed a man during a poker game gone wrong, all over a single losing hand. Imagine that. One bad card and someone's life is gone. Back in 2001, cops stopped Stroud for expired tags and found gambling ledgers, dice, and stacks of betting cards in his car. This guy wasn't just playing the game, he was running it. Investigators now claim Stroud roped Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones into his ring of rigged poker games connected to New York's biggest underground networks. Court files even suggest the former pros helped lure in rich players for the ultimate setup. They weren't just invited guests at those games, they were face cards in the scam, baiting rich victims, while others rigged the deck behind the scenes. In return, Stroud allegedly tossed them a fat cut of the dirty money. But seriously, how does Chauncey Billups trust a dude who once killed someone over a hand of poker? That's insane. This is exactly the kind of man you'd expect to cheat. Ruthless, reckless, and way too deep in the game. Honestly, what's shocking is that it took this long for everything to explode. It's hard to understand why this went on for so long, said Keith Corbett, a former federal strike force lawyer from Detroit. According to insiders, though, this isn't new at all. It's part of a long history of gamblers sliding into mob circles, just chasing that next big rush.
This must have been like 5 years ago, 2019-ish, I think, where there was this game. It started in LA and then it came to Vegas for a few days, and it was all built around Chauncey Billups. And the person who told me about it was like, look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up. And I was like, well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not. I had some friends who went and played it both in LA and in Vegas, and it obviously was for sure confirmed.
There's always that dangerous thrill, breaking the rules for untaxed quick money, or worse, being trapped in debt with the wrong people. Once you owe them, you're stuck. There's no walking away. And for athletes like Billups, that pull is extra strong. They live for competition, for that adrenaline hit. Gambling gives them the same high as a big game until it drags them into the shadows, where everything's off the books and every deal could ruin you. Once you cross that line, it's almost impossible to come back clean. According to Mafia expert Scott Bernstein, underworld players have been targeting athletes for years, even at youth tournaments and shady local events. They earn their trust early, play the long game, and wait to cash in when those kids turn pro. It always starts small, maybe asking a player to grab fewer rebounds or fake a minor injury to limit minutes. Nothing major at first. It's easy to justify, easy to ignore, but that's how the trap closes. Tiny favors that snowball into something much darker. Another source explained that people don't get how addictive it becomes. For some athletes, gambling isn't just a game, it's part of their competitive DNA. They want higher stakes, bigger risks. These guys hop on a team plane, lose tens of thousands in one night, and just laugh it off like it's pocket change. As insider Cash Patel put it, we're not talking small bets here. This is real money, thousands on the table. It's no wonder some of these athletes can't stop. That mix of fame, pressure, and easy cash becomes their most dangerous opponent. But when the game's over, that rush doesn't fade. It haunts them. The adrenaline, the high, it sticks around like a ghost. And that's when the dark side creeps in. One bad bet, one wrong crowd, and suddenly you're owing serious cash to underground sharks. It's insane how fast things flip, from bright lights and courtside cheers to hiding in the shadows, all because of one stupid hand of cards. Court documents even dropped receipts. In a September 2023 text message, Damon Jones allegedly hit up Robert Stroud, the same man prosecutors say roped him and Billups into the poker scheme, asking for an advance before a game. The text read, "I don't know how much the job pays tomorrow, but can I get a $10,000 advance? God really blessed me that you have action for me. I needed it bad." That message says everything. Jones wasn't just playing, he was begging for help, deep in the mess. And just when it couldn't get crazier, more names started dropping, fast. Poker insiders have whispered for years that celebrities and pro athletes were part of underground games. And now those whispers are turning into confessions. At the center of this growing storm, Ryan Feldman, the mastermind behind Hustler Casino Live.
The scam involving the NBA was actually quite simple. The group managed to get hold of inside information from the team on when a player was taking time out. They would bet on that and win. The poker scam was far more high-tech. So they had card shuffling machines that could read the cards. That information would be sent by phone to the fraudsters playing the game, and they would be able to predict which player had which hand.
This guy isn't just hosting, he's the bridge connecting influencers, athletes, and A-list stars in these risky, high-stakes poker nights. And now everyone's watching him. Feldman hit Twitter with a nuclear post saying, "I heard about these rigged private games a few years ago in Vegas and Miami, run by some bad actors from New York. Don't be surprised if a certain NBA Hall of Famer and a certain boxer get arrested too. Oh, and I forgot an NFL Hall of Famer as well. Boom, instant chaos. That single tweet blew up the internet. Fans went wild, throwing out names left and right, guessing which legends were secretly caught up in this mess. A viral poll even popped up asking, "Who's the boxer?" with guesses like Ryan Garcia, Mike Tyson, and Chris Eubank. But Feldman shut it down quick, replying, "None of them." And that made things spiral even harder. The mystery got deeper, fans got louder, and then came the real shocker, something nobody saw coming. Journalist Pablo Torre just dropped a bombshell. Several former pro athletes are officially caught up in Operation Royal Flush, a secret Department of Justice sting that sounds like something straight out of a heist movie. But here's where things get real spicy. The name Kevin Garnett started popping up everywhere, and fans are freaking out. According to multiple sources, Garnett was spotted at one or two of those underground poker nights, and ever since then, the rumors haven't stopped spinning. Torre hinted that this scandal is about to blow up way bigger than anyone could have predicted. A source close to Garnett told Torre that KG thought he was just going to an after party, not a high-stakes, illegal poker game. Once he realized what was happening, he bailed out fast, leaving the 2019 LA event early. That same source said Garnett hasn't been contacted by federal investigators. At least not yet. Still, even that brief appearance has the sports world on fire. Fans and reporters are dissecting every detail, wondering if there's more to the story than what's being said. And just when everyone thought Torre was done, he dropped another nuke on Twitter.
In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit.
He straight up named names, pointing to Antonio Gates as the NFL Hall of Famer, possibly tied to the poker ring. You could practically hear the internet explode. According to insiders, Pro Football Hall of Famer Antonio Gates, the legendary Chargers tight end, allegedly hosted and rigged a secret Miami poker game that was organized by Curtis Meeks, who, by the way, was just indicted by federal prosecutors. Now here's where it gets even darker. Meeks isn't some random dude. He's a former boxer with a long criminal record, already tied to multiple underground poker scandals. And somehow, his name keeps resurfacing in connection with the same circle of athletes. Right now, these are still just allegations against Gates, but Meeks, he's officially facing charges. And let's be real, if Pablo Torre's tweeting it, there's probably some serious evidence cooking behind the scenes. According to the New York Post, Gates didn't just play, he hosted that allegedly rigged poker night himself, with Meeks pulling the strings in the background. This scandal's not cooling off anytime soon. It's only getting hotter by the day. Details are still fuzzy, but Pablo Torre's new report lines up perfectly with what the New York Post leaked earlier. One alleged victim claimed he and his crew got scammed out of nearly $1 million. With a former NFL player acting as the face card, while Curtis Meeks secretly pulled the strings behind the table. That's insane. $1 million gone in one night? If that checks out, Antonio Gates could be in major trouble once the charges start dropping. But here's the real mystery. Who's the unnamed boxer tangled up in all this? If it's not one of the big names already floating around, that means there's another A-list athlete about to get exposed. And the internet's already going nuts trying to guess who it might be. Just when everyone thought things couldn't get messier, another bombshell dropped. According to Torre, Tyronn Lue, head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers, has now been pulled into the mix. Yeah, you heard that right. The man leading Kawhi and PG-13 might have been sitting in on one of these shady games. Torre's report claims coach Tyronn Lue was present at the allegedly rigged April 2019 poker game in Las Vegas. Sources say he wasn't playing at the same table as his close friend, Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups, but that doesn't make the optics any better. The New York Post even pointed out how close the two are. Lue once called Billups his best friend. When Lue landed the Clippers job in 2020, he immediately hired Billups as his assistant the next year. Now that Billups is staring down a federal investigation, that friendship is suddenly under a microscope. Even if it's just bad timing, the situation looks rough. Lue's loyalty is being questioned, especially since both men were reportedly seen at the same poker game that's now under federal review. The timing couldn't be worse, but Lue's not backing down. He's standing by his guy, telling reporters, "I know who he is as a person. I've been with him since I was 17. That public defense turned heads fast. Some see it as noble, others think it's reckless with everything heating up. And get this, Lue's known love for high-stakes poker is no secret. Combine that with his close link to Damon Jones, and you've got another fire burning. Especially since Jones allegedly tipped off gamblers that LeBron James wouldn't play in a February 2023 matchup against the Bucks. The irony? Jones often calls himself a man of God. But as one insider joked, that sure sounds ironic now. And funny enough, even the Bible quote he loves to post online, "Remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to get wealth," hits different when you're tangled up in a gambling scandal. Looks like some people might have taken that power to get wealth line a little too literally. According to the New York Post, it's no secret in NBA circles that Tyronn Lue is obsessed with poker. When he's not coaching the Clippers, he's living it up in Las Vegas, often seen at the Aria High Limit Bar, the unofficial headquarters of the NBA's poker scene. That spot's basically where half the league goes to test their luck and flex their bankrolls. Lue's always surrounded by familiar faces, mostly former players, a few of whom he later brought onto his coaching staff in Cleveland. And of course, right by his side almost every time, his longtime buddy Damon Jones, the guy everyone keeps calling his best friend. Here's where things get wild. Back in June 2024, both Lue and Jones were caught on camera at the World Series of Poker, sitting side by side, cheering on a friend. The clips are all over social media now, and the timing couldn't be crazier, especially with both their names tangled deep in this federal poker scandal. But here's the real kicker. Despite all these rumors and leaks, not a single confirmed victim has come forward. And honestly, that's not surprising at all. People connected to these underground games keep saying the same chilling thing. I know what happened, but I'm not saying it publicly. Why? Because these poker rings are allegedly tied to mob figures and even hired muscle. Talking could literally put you, or your family, in danger. Nobody wants to be the one who crosses the wrong people when there's that kind of money and power involved. Sources claim these secret operations have moved tens of millions, maybe even over $100 million, across the country over the years. And when that kind of money's flowing, silence becomes survival. That's why insiders keep their mouths shut while the rest of us watch in disbelief as names like Chauncey Billups, Antonio Gates, and Tyronn Lue keep resurfacing again and again. Right now, everyone's waiting for federal investigators to finally blow this thing wide open. Because if there's one thing everyone agrees on, where there's smoke, there's fire. So what do you think? How deep do you think this scandal really goes? Are some of these names innocent, or are they just keeping quiet to protect themselves? Drop your thoughts down below. I seriously want to hear what you think about this insane story. And hey, if you made it this far, you're a real one. Don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories and behind-the-scenes drama. Because trust me, this is just the beginning, and the next wave of chaos is already on the way.